Hey everyone, so a little bit of a bonus video here for everybody. Got a message saying that I've had a delivery. I wasn't expecting any parcels through from Amazon, not ordered anything, and then I remembered what this could be and got home, opened it up, and sure enough it is a replacement camera. So there's a little bit of a story behind this. So obviously, as most of you guys know, anyone who's been following my channel, I've been testing out some of the Eufy security cameras, as well as the doorbell and the indoor cameras as well. Now, I did also mention in some of my previous videos that I'd actually ordered a solar charger from AliExpress. And basically the idea was, once this comes, I can hook it up to the driveway camera and basically have that pretty much go charger free. So I'll just hook it up, and if it works, then I can have that basically recording and not have to worry about battery life on that at all. Now, a couple of days ago, the charger, the actual solar panel charger, actually arrived. I took a quick look at it and I wasn't very impressed, because firstly, it didn't have a rubber grommet, and secondly, it was basically just the same as any of the generic sort of chargers that you can get for £5 to £10, and this one was a little bit more. It was probably about I think it was around £20–25, something like that. But it was advertised as being for this particular camera in particular. So obviously the fact that it didn't have the rubber grommet was a bit of an issue. Now, whilst I was doing that, I did actually take this off, well, not this one, but obviously the driveway one, and I was about to go and test it just to see if that solar panel charger actually worked. And what I'll do is I'll put on screen what I actually found. So when I opened the charging port, I actually found that the rubber grommet was fully in, it was fully seated, but once I actually opened it, I found that the inside was actually corroded. So the micro SD charging port was actually corroded. So took a couple of pictures of it, which are basically the same ones that I'm sharing with you guys, and just through the actual Eufy app. So they have a section where you can contact them, and usually it's meant for recommendations and improvements and things like that, suggestions. But I literally just sent him, under the term of other, I just sent him a quick message saying, basically, I've had the cameras for so-and-so period, I've gone to charge it for the first time, and I've noticed that the interior port is all corroded. This was, I think it was either on a Friday night or Saturday night, something like that. Got an email back the following morning saying, basically just asking me for details. So obviously purchase information, serial number, what else was there? It was the serial number, the purchase information, and yeah, my current address just for verification, and name and details. So basically an invoice, name and details from me. So I sent all that through. The following working day, which was the Monday, got a response back saying that they've actually sent out a replacement. I wasn't expecting it to have actually been sent out via Amazon though. That's the part that I'm really impressed by, because obviously Amazon's notorious for how good they are with their deliveries. So they actually put on their original email, the one that they sent to me, stating that it's going to be between 5 and say 7 business days, which is fine. Obviously it's a replacement, I was fine with that, and I was quite surprised to actually have it turn up literally the next day. So that's all a bit of a bonus. The one thing that I will say just before we dive in and we take a look at what actually comes in one of these packs, because I've not actually had one of these individual packs before, the one thing I did want to say was, every manufacturer out there will run into certain problems. Now, I haven't actually checked my other camera, because obviously I had 2 of these in my original kit. So I do need to check the back garden camera just to make sure that whatever caused this isn't also affecting the back garden camera as well. The back garden camera one isn't angled as much, but even still, the rubber seal that you actually have on the back of the charging ports, I would have still expected that to have actually done its job and kept the water out. We've not had any freezing temperatures. We've had it dip down to about 2 or 3 degrees, but we've not had any freezing temperatures. So I wouldn't have expected basically the temperature temperature to have affected the rubber that they actually use it. So, but yeah, from that point of view, obviously products go wrong. You have problems with products. It's how the company actually reacts, and basically the best compliment I can give to Eufy in terms of how they've reacted is it's almost Apple or Amazon-esque. So they're the two companies that I hold highest in terms of customer service. Both of those companies, whenever I've had to deal with either one of them, I've had nothing but brilliant service from them. I know other people out there will have had different experiences, especially with Apple, and when you're out of warranty and possibly things like that, product damage, things like that. But yeah, my experience with Amazon and Apple, and now Eufy as well, so far has been nothing but brilliant. So that's thumbs up on that part. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly get this unwrapped and we'll take a look at what's inside. Okay, so that's the plastic wrap removed. So this, very much like all of their other products, pretty much just has a sort of lift off design. So the outer kind of cover with all your descriptions and everything, that just pops off. And then if we flip it down, what we end up with is a pull tab, and then we can pop this open as so. And this now looks very much similar to basically what we were presented with in the bigger package, the one that actually came with the two cameras. So you have a little lift out pouch. This, I'm guessing, is going to have some of the, yeah, your quick start and things like that. And yeah, so you do have your mounting positioning. So what you do with this is you basically stick that on. So depending on which mount you're using, whether you're using the, that's the screw-in one, and this is the magnetic mount. So obviously the magnetic one only has a single screw. Your normal screw-in type has basically two fixings. So yeah, I don't think I'll be needing that, because obviously I'll just be replacing the camera with this one. Just as a side note, they did actually mention in the original email that obviously I can keep the item. I don't need to send the one that wasn't, the one that was damaged, sorry. I don't need to send that one back, and at the moment it is still working. I'll have to actually have a look to see whether it does actually charge or not. I've not tested it yet, but yeah, so that is that. So take the film off now. It doesn't look like this is a brand new item, so that's one thing. It's possibly, if you take a look at that, it's got a few scratches on there already. So I'm guessing this is a customer return or an Amazon return that's basically been sent out again. So this was the issue on the unit that failed for me. So as you can see, this rubber grommet just here is supposed to fully cover your micro SD slot. And even looking at this, obviously I didn't really inspect it quite so closely initially, but you do have a little bit of a gap just on that side there. I still wouldn't have thought, because it has this secondary sort of pattern, I would have thought that that would actually fit around it and prevent any corrosion from forming, but possibly they might need to rethink this design and actually put a slightly chunkier rubber on there that will actually fit in a bit tighter, because even this right now, as you can see, most other outdoor sort of cameras and things that I've worked with, generally the rubber grommet fits in a lot tighter. So as you can see, you can literally flick this out with one finger, and that's not very good. If I just give you a comparison, so this is a LED light, and basically just a work light that I was using when I was actually doing my detailing video. That's running in the background, and what you'll notice with this is your rubber is it's a lot chunkier. So once you actually push it in and it seats properly, it doesn't open up. Well, this one obviously it's not seating quite right, but the other one that I actually use at work does actually seat in properly, and it's a bit harder to actually pull out, and also the chunkier rubber creates a better seal around the edges. So possibly this could be a little design flaw. Now these cameras have actually been out for quite a while, so I'd be surprised if this is an actual issue, because I've not really seen anybody else mention the same thing. But then again, the Eufy Cam 2 essentially, the one with the 1-year battery life, this one isn't that old either, so possibly people might have mounted it and they've simply not got around to actually doing their first charge yet. As well as that, obviously, depending on where people have mounted it, if you've mounted it where you've got a cover, then obviously the water ingress might not be as big of an issue. But yeah, that's something that I never really took notice to it initially, but now that I've actually picked it up on the initial one, obviously it's a bit more of an issue, and I can see why, looking at this now, why it possibly could have happened, and it could actually be a design flaw. But yeah, so we'll put that aside. Alongside that, you get nothing on this side, and this will literally just be all your mounting gear, if you like. So it should come with two different, how do you get this open? Yeah, so you've got two different mounting options. So you've got your magnet, and you've got your screw-in one, your tripod attachment, if you like, and you also get a micro USB cable. As you can see, if you do choose to use the magnet, it is pretty strong. That's definitely not going anywhere. I mean, the location where I put it, because the front driveway one was a little bit higher, I chose to actually go with the screw-in one. Plus also the other slight issue I could possibly see, obviously right now I've got it going through the bag, but it's just in case if you do have high winds and it slides, then it might actually mess up all your motion zones, because that's something that I noticed myself. When every time I've actually move the camera slightly, obviously it messes up all your motion zones. So yeah, that was basically it. Obviously, if anybody else out there does have these cameras, let me know if you guys have actually got around to doing your first charge, and whether you've actually noticed any issues with the charging port. And it's obviously, you can see from the pictures that I put in that there was a lot of corrosion. Like I say, I've not tested it yet, so what I'll do is I'll try charging that one up, but obviously if it does corrode, then at some point you're going to have a problem with it. So obviously that was the idea behind contacting them and seeing what they propose as the best thing to do going forward. And obviously they suggested literally just replace the unit. So yeah, here we are. I'll get it hooked up and everything, get it synced up, and if there are any issues with this, obviously, like I said, it doesn't look like a brand new item. Obviously, it already had some scratches and stuff on it straight away. Hopefully I won't have no issues with it, but if I do, then obviously there's the thing is, obviously I can contact Eufy, and they do seem to be very good with their customer service. So yeah, that's it for this video.